Right, so good morning everybody. I wish you all a very happy new year. So as you have seen the demo practical timetable, so we'll go according to timetable. Previous classes we have shown some wine and beer service, but unfortunately it has to be done like that way, so it was slightly haphazard. Now we, according to the National Council syllabus, task 1, 2, 3, which I have already shared to you by WhatsApp group and email IDs, according to that we will follow on. So the task 1, 2, 3, these 3 tasks we're going to cover up. The task number 1 is wine and beer service mise en place. I mean the equipment that you need to serve the wine and beer. Followed by there is a equipment which you need to make a cocktail. This will be tasks 1, 2, 3, which is need to be completed by this day. Okay. So let's take a look. First, what you need to do when you, what is a prerequisite? जैसे कि समझ लीजिए आप घर से बाहर निकलते हो तो आप क्या क्या लेके निकलते हो. अभी कोरोना वायरस के टाइम पे हम मास्क लेके निकलते हैं, सैनिटाइजर लेके निकलते हैं, वॉलेट, फोन लेके निकलते हैं. Same way, what is the thing that you need keep in mind while serving wine, be it a white or be it a red. Okay. So the first thing first, we need first of all a salver. You can take a look. The salver is very essential thing to do. Next, yes, we need a glass to serve the wine. Now you can take a look. I have got 2 same kind of glass. One is, both of them are all-purpose glass actually. But generally, if you take a look at a closer, this is a white wine glass. And now, as we all know that white wines are served at 7 to 10 degrees Celsius. So that's the reason there is a long stain. Okay. And the red wine glass, aim will be small, but the bowl of the glass, which is this one, will be bigger in size, because red wine are served in a room temperature. That we'll see in the industry. Then you obviously need a coaster. This is the coaster and that's how it's look like. Now come to the important part. You also need a serviette. Take a look at this. This is your serviette. As we all know, in the first step we need to hold the serviette something like this to serve the wine and welcome the guest. Now if it is a red wine, we need a very interesting thing. This is the one we need. This is known as a wine cradle. It's very simple, doesn't look very difficult. So take a look, that's how a wine cradle make. It's basically a basket or wine basket, you can say. I put a napkin inside and then I'll put my red wine here, which is your Jacob's cream. So when you serve this red wine to a guest, you need to serve just like this way. This is in the case of a red wine. When you're going to serve a white wine, the scenario will get changed. Now, please come over here. Take a look. As you can see, so this is a Sula. We all know it's a Sula Chenin Blanc. That's a white wine from Nasik Valley. So when you serve a full bottle Sula wine, you need to serve it with a wine chiller. Now let's take a look. What is wine chiller look like? You can take a look. It's half the bucket which I filled with the ice and the water. Now the question behind this, why it is filled such a way? Because if I put this wine inside, you can take a look very closely. See, the water is coming out. Okay. So now what is happening, that if I put too much of water, what will happen? It will start to spill out. And then when you pick up this wine basket, wine chiller, and take it to a guest table, you need to hold it like this. So there is a possibility every time this bottle will, the water will start to tilt. So that's the reason it is always recommended to take this, see, you take this bottle, 750 ml, dip it inside and see how it is coming. So that much will be more than enough. So half of the bucket, ice with water, you need to make a wines for the service of the white wine. Check it. And then obviously you need to cover it with a napkin, because you all know when you're going to take this serviette out and the wine bottle out, it has to be like this, because there is a lots of water and the water will going to get soaked here. So इसके कारण इसको हम एक serviette के माध्यम से we serve it to a wine venue. We will do this thing exercise when we serve the wine. That's in a very different way. So that's about the wine service. Now let's come to the another portion, which we also know as a beer service. What do you need in case of a beer? So we all know that beer bottle is obviously required. That is nothing needless to say. Once again, you also need a salver. Beer can be served in 3 different types of glasses. So first one that you can take a look here is known as a beer goblet, or we also call it a all-purpose beer glass. Anywhere in the restaurant or anywhere in the bar, it has been used to serve the beer. Then there is something called beer mug. Take a look at this. That's how a beer mug look like. Okay. So beer mug purpose is basically just like a mug that you use for bathing and all. So if you go to the poolside areas and all over there, you can use this beer mug to serve. The last one is here. It's slightly taller in size. It has got a very small stem and it's got a base. This is known as Pilsner glass. I repeat again, Pilsner glass. Now remember one thing, Pilsner we heard about. The Pilsner is a type of famous beer that comes from the Belgium and Germany, completely black in color, and that's how the Pilsner beer served in this kind of glass. But all kind of ale beer and lager beer, which you've already studied in the book, that can be served over here. Okay, right? Obviously, you also need a serviette here, needless to say anything, and then you need coaster. Very interesting. I have shown Heineken coaster here, which is made out of plastic. Now, this one is a paper coaster. You know what is the reason behind this? Why I have used this coaster plastic and this coaster paper coaster here? The reason behind this, please understand one thing. When you serve a beer which is extremely chilled, there is chances of droplets of water. So if it is fall on this nice expensive tablecloth, it will going to destroy it. And that's the reason beer goblets are served on a paper coaster, because if there is a water droplet, it will fall straight away over here and it will get absorbed. But in case of a wine, you need not to do anything, because there is nothing such like droplets will come in case of a red wine. So you can straight away put it over here. You can show the brand of the hotel wherever you walking, and that's how the thing can be done. Okay. So that's about your mise en place, or the equipment that you need to serve a red wine and beer, white wine and beer. And also remember one thing, there is also one thing is missing, which I'll get back to you very shortly. It's called wine opener and a bottle opener. That I'll bring it to you as fast as possible. Okay, please.